Good morning, everyone. We've arrived to another hot day in Japan. The only thing I know of any significance in Kochi is the Kochi Castle, so that's where we're heading straight to.
Coming to Kochi, there is a shuttle service where they do charge you $25 US.
The only other alternative is taxi. It will probably cost you more. It is a long way from the cruise ship terminal to Kochi, so you will need transport. You could walk it, but you need to maximize your time. Kochi is only a short day. If you walk to Kochi, you're going to lose half the day walking there and back. In Kochi City, there is a flat rate of 230 yen, regardless of where you travel on public transport.
I have no idea. If you want to, I don't know where I'm going.
This is funny. I had a group of travelers decided they wanted to follow me. It must have looked like I knew where I was going, blind leading the blind.
We're on the right tourist trail then.
There's a tourist spot here on the left at the start of the arcade. There's a red arch bridge where tourists take a lot of photographs. There's also the start of this main arcade. This arcade is pretty amazing. I think this first section is about 850 meters long. There are a couple of sections to this arcade. This first arcade is the Kayamachi arcade. We need to walk through this shopping arcade. It's probably 1.5 kilometers to the Kochi Castle, so this is a way we need to go to get to there. It was interesting. I had people from Australia, people from New Zealand, and a group from India, and I think there was a few other people as well that was traveling with me. By the time we got 2/3 of the way to the Kochi Castle, most of these people had dropped off and gone their own separate directions. So we've entered the second arcade, another extensive length of arcade. I will cut this short. There is a lot of walking in these arcades. We called into this little temple on the way to the castle, but it was closed, most of it. Coming up to the Kochi Castle grounds, just be prepared. If you want to walk to the top of the castle, you will encounter a lot of steps. Again, this was an extremely hot day. I made a silly mistake. I left my backpack back at that red arch bridge, and I walked all the way up to the top of the Kochi Castle and all the way back, and my backpack had been handed into the shop right beside the bridge. I guess I was lucky, or maybe it's the integrity of the people in Japan. I got my backpack back after walking for well over 2 hours, and everything was still intact inside of it. So this is the start of the amazing stone steps to get up to the castle. There is a little kiosk up here just before you enter into the actual castle where you can buy water, which I needed because I left my water in my backpack. This was a very hot walk without any water, so please make sure you have water. If you arrive in all of these Japanese towns in summer, it is extremely hot. Today, like every other day on our trip, was 35 to 37 degrees. I was surprised the water here was only 220 yen, 20 more yen than the Kiyomachi shopping arcade, so it was a pretty good price for a main tourist spot. Now you'll need to take your shoes off and leave them in a safe here. After paying 500 yen to get into the castle, you can collect them on the way down. Now, one of my previous vlogs in Shibuya in Tokyo, I mentioned unfortunately I lost a lot of footage. The GoPro doesn't have very good light sensor, so when I go indoors I use my mobile phone, and I had a computer malfunction, so everything I've videoed inside of buildings, including Toba, Shibuya, and inside of the Kochi Castle here, I lost the footage. So the Kochi Castle is quite amazing and unique inside. It has steps that are like almost like ladders going between the floors. So it goes, my video goes from the ground floor to the very top deck. So as a review, after doing many years of vlogs, I would not recommend the GoPro for anything indoors. It was well worth the steps or ladders up to the top floor on the deck. There's a beautiful view across Kochi. You'll really enjoy your time inside the castle. It is an amazing building and has an amazing amount of historical equipment and knowledge inside. If you enjoy the content from our informative vlogs, please like and subscribe, and check out all of other vlogs on Aussies on Dream Travel of different parts around the world. I'm sure there's some information there that can help you on your travels if you're going to those destinations. I'm sure there's probably other destinations in Kochi that you would like to see. The only thing that really wanted to see was the castle, so we concentrated on that and the shopping. As I said, we only had a very short time here in Kochi, so after this we went straight back to the cruise ship. I think this is the first and only Balinese food outlet that I've seen anywhere outside of Bali. Now, this was still fairly early morning, so I would probably say that it would get a lot busier here later in the day, but I was surprised it was this quiet. So again, we're in Kochi Market Arcade. Amazing shopping. Now, our next amazing port of call is the amazing Hiroshima. I learnt a lot about Japan and the Japanese people after visiting Hiroshima. It was an extremely humbling experience visiting the Hiroshima, the Peace Park, and the atomic bomb dome. It was an amazing sensation, very sad. We did an amazing trip from Atomic Bomb Dome Peace Park to a place called Miyajima Island. It is a fantastic place. It's probably about an hour trip from Hiroshima. It's well worth it if you come here. It is a sensational place. Looking forward to bringing you our next vlog from Hiroshima. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you at the next one. Thank you again. Bye bye.